Welcome, fellow sawheads. Welcome to this series of videos where I shall be rebuilding my 1979 Husqvarna 2100 CD. And so let's see what we've got to work with. Here it all is. Took me an hour to lay this lot out, just for a few seconds of video footage. And after this I'm going to have to pack it all up again. I got bored while I was laying it all out, so I haven't included most of the fasteners. But I'm sure you know what nuts and bolts look like already. So here it all is, and I hope you'll join me in what will be an excruciatingly detailed series of videos where I put this lot back together and hopefully end up with something that actually works. As you can see from these few photos taken at the time of purchase, this saw was in pretty rough shape. Lots of broken bits. It had clearly been abused and used. Plenty of mag rot, and it had also been chewed by rats, some of the plastic parts, but also they were getting some magnesium in their diet. But that was then, and this is now. So the only question is, where to start? Not there. I think we shall start with the manual oil pump, which consists of a plunger assembly, the cylinder, and the spring. Very simple. You'll note that I have replaced the button on the top with this metal one. This actually came off. This is a PTT button off a Navy microphone. Now hear this and all that. Well, there'll be stuff to hear, but not quite yet. Here's the old one. Very chewed by rats. What a mess. But I think that aluminium button is a marked improvement. I think you'd agree. So it is a simple plunger. It's the piston, if you like. It's just an O-ring. This sleeve here stops the plunger coming out too far. And the spring obviously returns the plunger. So this lot just fits in here like this. Manual oil pump assembly, which goes in here, actually runs through the fuel tank and comes out here. So it needs a gasket on the base to make sure it's properly sealed. There it is. So I pop it in like that, and then I've made up a little tool. Look, I've even written on it what it is so I don't forget. Always worthwhile spending a bit of time making the proper tool so you don't make a mess of the job you're doing. Push that in. much there. Okay, there it is. Very nice. So what I want to do now is pressure test the gas tank to make sure that that has sealed up properly. We don't want any leaks. So here's the setup for pressure testing the fuel tank. Put the cap on. I've blocked off the breather hole and I shall be pressurising the tank via the fuel outlet hole. I've got a pressure gauge and I shall be inflating it using a bicycle pump. Take it up to 5 psi, just over. Okay, that's looking good. It's falling very slowly. Hope it's one of these. I'd reckon that's close enough for jazz. So, having got the ball of tedium slowly trundling forward, I shall leave this video here. Look at that button. Lovely. Ooh. And so in the next video, I shall be revealing why I chose to start the rebuild with this particular item. But until then, I shall leave you with some vintage home light footage. Thanks for watching.